Hi everyone, welcome to the first Take Your Time art video. So I'm Kirsty from Kreative Foundations, and thanks to Jill and Gail from the new Vic Theatre and Bentilee volunteers, over the next few months I'm going to be sharing some fun art activities with you for you to try at home. My advice for all of the videos I'll be sharing with you is to watch them first and then have a go yourself afterwards. If you want to, you might want to play the videos again whilst you're having a go and keep pausing it to complete each stage. There's no rush at all to complete these activities all in one go. You might want to take several days to complete them, and that's absolutely fine. Because as the project name suggests, we want you to take your time and just enjoy making your art as and when you choose. So today we're going to be making something similar to this. A walking line art piece. Yes, you're going to be taking your lines for a walk and then you're going to be decorating them using watercolour paints. Through the video I'm going to show you exactly how I made mine, and then it's over to you to make yours. Please also remember to send us some photos of what you've created, because we can't wait to see them. During this activity, you're going to be taking a line for a walk. Yes, it might sound a little silly, but it's a really fun activity. So the equipment you're going to need to do this is your sketchbook, a ruler, a pencil, some watercolour paints, a paintbrush, some water and your fine liner pen. To start, I wanted to make my paper a little smaller. So to do this, I simply used a ruler and a pencil to divide my page in half. But when you make yours, you might want to use the entire page. Now it's time to take those lines for a walk. With your pencil, you're going to start at the very top of the page and make your way down to the very bottom of the page. As you do this, you're going to use all sorts of shapes. So as you can see here, I use zigzags, curls, a sort of stepping effect, and wavy lines. The aim is to make your walking line as creative as possible, trying not to use just straight lines. Keep repeating this process until you've filled your entire page. And as I said before, you're always starting at the very top of your page and working your way down to the bottom, making sure to use all sorts of shapes. Now I'm going to speed up the video a little so you can see all the different lines that I created. But as you create yours, make sure to take your time creating those walking lines. Now that you've completed all of your walking lines, it's time to start decorating them with watercolour paints. Here I'm going to show you two ways to use them. The first is by applying water to your paper and then adding paint afterwards. Here you don't want to make the paper too wet, but just enough so that the paint can move around the page easily. As you can see, my paint wasn't moving around easily at first, so I simply went back and just added more water. As you start to use different colours, you'll start to see the paint flow into each other. As you go along, if you feel that the paper is getting a little dry, just simply add a little bit more water. Once you're happy with your paint effects, leave it to dry and move on to another section. As you can see here though, I've left a space and have started to paint the third section. And there is a reason for this. So the reason is that the first section hasn't dried yet, and if I were to have painted next to it, the paints from each would merge together, they'd come together. So the bright colours you originally painted could become washed out or a little dull. So it's best to give it the space that it needs to dry properly. So again, in this section, I've used the same technique as I did the last time. I've applied water to the paper and then added paint afterwards, moving the paint around the page wherever I want it to go. So again, this part of the video has been sped up, it's been made faster. I'm not painting this quickly. So when you come to paint your sections, give yourself the time to play around with the paint, making it go wherever you want it to go. There's absolutely no rush. I'm now going to move on to my final section, and this time I'm going to use a different technique with the watercolour paints. Again, I've left a space after the section I've just painted, and I'm now painting the fifth section. But instead of applying water to the page, I'm going to add water to the paint and then paint directly onto the paper. What you'll find by using this technique is the more water you add, the duller the colour will become. The less paint you add, the brighter the colour will become. Again, when using this technique, you can use all sorts of colours. Be as creative as you want to be. Once you finish your painting, leave it to dry. You might even want to use some tissue paper to take away some of the excess water. To finish my artwork, I used a fine liner pen to draw over my original walking lines to make them really stand out. Now I'm going to really speed up the video, just to show you what I created. As you can see, I repeated the process, drawing over all of the lines over and over again. And now my artwork is complete. So now it's over to you. It's your turn to make your own walking line art piece. As I've said a few times during the video, I did speed up several parts. I wasn't drawing that quickly or painting that quickly. So when you come to create yours, just take your time and have fun, because that's the purpose of this project. You don't have to complete the activity all in one go. You could do it over several days or however long you want. We hope you enjoy the activity, everyone, and we can't wait to see what you create. See you soon!